We can play any sport with surprised low price. Hi, my name is Nikki. This is Flying in English, and that's one of the things I've heard my students say. Can you hear what's wrong with it? What is making it unnatural, incorrect, or whatever that is not something an American speaker would say? If you think you can figure it out, I'd love to see your guesses in the comments down below. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 levels of corrections. The first level is the easiest. It's the grammatical fix. What's the one grammatical error that we need to correct to make this acceptable English? And then level 2 will be something a little bit better. We're going to go into what's commonly heard. What does the everyday American say on the street? And if that's what you're interested in sounding like, that's the one you want to look out for, our level 2. And then level 3 is my personal favorite. It's when I go super native and I go to find something that's a little more creative, but is exactly what I would use as a native speaker to express this thought if I were in that situation. Level 3 might be a little bit trickier, a little bit harder to grasp, but it's super native. And if you want to really up your English, level 3 is what you want to look out for. But if you're ready, let's jump right into it. Let's go with level 1. Level 1 is our grammatical fix. So level 1. So what's our original sentence? Let me say it one more time for you. Our original sentence is, we can play any sport with surprised low price. I'm sure you can figure out the mistake. So let's fix it. Grammatical fix is, we can play any sport with surprisingly low prices. So the problem was surprised is not an adverb. It needs to be an adverb in the situation to modify the adjective low, right? Surprisingly low. And because there's no in the original sentence, I just pluralized price. I said prices. Okay, so that was the change I made in that one. Now we are at acceptable English. Someone will hear you and understand, and they won't even bat an eye. It'll be perfectly passable English. But if you want to be a level better, we want to do more commonly heard English, right? So let's look at level 2. Level 2 correction is, we're going to make it more common American English. Do you have a guess? What would be more common to hear in this situation? This one's a little tricky. Maybe you might have a different idea than this one, but with a simple change, we can make it more common. Leave your suggestion. I want to see what you thought first in the comments. L2 and your correction. All right, let's look at mine. So my correction is, we can play any sport at a surprisingly low cost. So 2 changes here. First of all, I singularized, I don't think that's a word. I made price or cost singular. I didn't say prices or costs. And the only reason I did that is because it's just more natural. It's more commonly heard. We can say prices and it's perfectly grammatical and fine, but I'm more common and more comfortable just saying a surprisingly low cost or price. And I changed it to cost because that's also more common. When we're talking about the prices of stuff being low, we'll say low cost sometimes. Okay. So we can play any sport at a surprisingly low cost. And also the cost kind of matches the formality of the sentence with surprisingly. Surprisingly is not a formal word, but it feels slightly formal sometimes in the, situations like this. So cost matches that better. Hey, do you want to sound more natural? Do you want to spend a little bit more focused time working on your speaking? Maybe your pronunciation needs help, or maybe you just need to work on your professional vocabulary. I would love to help you out. I'm a teacher on italki. You can click this link on the screen or in the description, or type the link on the screen, I suppose. And you can sign up with me to become my student. I'd love to help you improve your English and reach your personal English goals. Okay, are you ready for level 3? Level 3, my favorite super native version. What would I say if I were in this situation? I am talking about all the wonderful things we can do in some place, the sports, whatever it is, and we are able to get really good prices. Whoa, how would I say that? How would you say that? Leave your version, L3, and your correction in the comments. I'm excited to see your version. But let's take a look at my version of level 3. Level 3 is, We can play any of the sports for cheap. So this is really fun. So I made two changes here. First of all, I didn't say any sport. I said any of the sports. Now, I can't tell you why we would say it this way. It's just one of those things that feels more natural to me to say any of the sports. Any sport adds to that slight formality feeling of the previous sentence. It's fine, but it doesn't feel casual. It doesn't feel relaxed. I would say any of the sports. I'd use more words. That's one. Number two, I changed surprisingly low cost to for cheap. And this goes with the same theme of being slightly more casual and a little bit more relaxed in my expression. Instead of saying this long, more formal feeling phrase, I like for cheap. And that's a very common phrase. If you say, oh, we can get this for cheap, it just means really inexpensively, right? Low cost, low price. But anyways, guys, I hope that you learned something in this video. I hope you were practicing in the comments. But if you want to see another video like this where I'm correcting something my students have said that's been unnatural or incorrect, then you can click this video right here, see another one of these videos. But anyways, keep flying higher, flyers, and I'll see you in the skies. Bye!